Hi guys, it's been a long time. Hopefully you guys are all doing really well. I miss all of you so much. And I'm really excited to be able to start getting back into learning new things and being able to work with you guys on learning US history. I know this is going to be a little bit odd of a setup, but hopefully we can be able to figure things out and understand US history a little bit better. So really quickly, each week I'm going to give a short little video such as this, just to give you an overview of what to do and different things like that. So in terms of the class overall, each week on Monday, since we again had an assignment due today, I pushed it to Tuesday. But every Monday, there's going to be a new what's called a module on Canvas. So you should be able to see, and I could open it up really quickly here, but on your Canvas page, you're going to have a set of modules. So you can see right here that you have various modules. So we're down here on this one, this March 30th to April 3rd of the Great Society and different things like that. So you're going to click on that overview and lecture, which you've already done. And that's going to give you the overview of what you're going to do today, or whatever it's going to be for that. So you're going to have about 90 minutes of work per week in this class, much shorter than we would normally do. But hopefully that gives you a little bit of a breather room, since I know we're kind of all adjusting to this new format. And then for your journals, instead of doing a normal journal, you're going to have what's called a weekly check-in. And basically this weekly check-in is going to let me kind of know what you're doing. So this is an example of what this is going to look like. So this is basically your space to tell me how you're doing. You could talk about what have you been up to, what have you been doing on these quarantine or social distancing, what movies you've been watching, what books you've been reading, if you have any concerns or general thoughts about what's going on. This is going to be a way that I can be able to communicate with you and see how you're doing, and hopefully have a little bit of interaction with you guys as you do that. Now, additionally, you're also going to have some sort of an assignment. And unfortunately, we've had a lot of people get a bit behind. Only about a quarter of you did the 2 assignments that were due today. So please make sure that you're staying on track, or you're going to get very behind in the class. In terms of quarter 3 grades, I have had some people contacting me today saying when are quarter 3 grades due. Those have already been due as of 2 weeks ago, and they're already submitted in our all finals. So just so that you're aware of that. So before we go over this week, in terms of connecting with me and how you might want to be able to talk to me, we're going to be having weekly check-ins, like I told you before, as that assignment, so letting me know how you're doing. This is also something I've been doing with my other classes that I want to be able to introduce to you guys. Each Friday at 11:30 a.m., we're going to have a weekly get-together. So that's going to be over Zoom, and I'm going to send you an announcement out that we can all just be able to get together for about 30 minutes or less and kind of just say hi to each other, see each other through Zoom, and see people that we haven't seen. That's going to be both for first and third period at the same time at 11:30. And I will send you a Zoom link out on Friday of how you can be able to access that. And we can just be able to get together and say hi to each other. Meeting signups, as you guys know, and I sent this out previously, if you would like to have an individual meeting with me, you can do so at, I'm just realizing it's not working. Okay. So if you would like to be able to schedule a meeting with me, you can click on the link that I had right there, and then it will come up with the meeting signups. So it's a great opportunity for you to be able to meet with me, ask about grades, ask for help, whatever it could possibly be. All you have to do is scroll down, and then anywhere that there's a blank spot, just go ahead and put your name, and then we can be able to chat and just learn about how you guys are doing. Even if you just want to talk, that's okay too. Whatever you would want to be able to talk about. So, and then feel free to contact me if you have any questions overall. So what you're going to learn this week is 2 different things. So the first one is something that's called the Great Society. And before we get to that, we have to go back just a little bit. So JFK, John F. Kennedy, is going to be the president in the early 1960s. However, as many of you guys know, his life was definitely cut short. In November of 1963, he was campaigning for the presidency in Dallas, Texas, when he was shot in his car by Lee Harvey Oswald. It was determined that only a single shooter was involved, and JFK ends up dying, and a guy named Lyndon B. Johnson becomes the president. This is his famous photo of him being inaugurated on Air Force One. And part of the reason it's also so impactful is Jackie Kennedy, who's over here on the right, who was the wife of John F. Kennedy, is wearing the same outfit that she was wearing in the car when JFK ended up dying. The person that they believe was responsible for this, that is officially by the FBI, was captured. However, he was assassinated 3 days later by a member of the Russian mafia. So basically what happens is the LBJ becomes the president, and really what he's famous for what we'll talk about, other than with Vietnam and the civil rights movement, is going to be his what's called the War on Poverty. At the time, there was a new data set that said that 20% of Americans are living in poverty, with 50% of African Americans living in poverty. And he wanted to really address this with what a system of programs called the Great Society. So that's what you are going to do. So you're going to be doing an assignment called the Great Society Assignment. So here's basically what you're going to do. You are going to have a reading that you are going to learn about all the different programs that he did to combat all the issues that he saw in the 1960s. So this assignment is going to require you to read a series of different, very short little paragraphs about the various issues. And then you are going to fill out all of the questions that are going to be coming up here. It's taking a second to be able to load. Anything that has, by the way, a bullet is expected to have some sort of a question. I've already answered the first one for you. And you can again, find all that information in this right here as the information. Once you're done, all you have to do is submit this, and that'll be your assignment. It should take normally about 30 minutes or less to complete this. The other thing that you're going to be learning about as well, though, is going to be about general issues going on with African American civil rights. So what you're going to be doing is you are going to be researching a given task. And I'm now realizing that I did not attach the Google Doc to this, so I will attach the Google Doc to this in just a second. So basically, you're going to be assigned a topic. I've assigned last names and whatever topic that you might want. So, for example, Roe v. Wade, Harvey Milk, things like that. And you're going to learn about this event by researching it. And the research is going to be very simple. It basically just asks you what happened, who was important, a quick timeline, and then you're going to show me what you know in a variety of different ways. So I've given you some options right here of what you can be able to do, and then you just go ahead and submit this here, and that should take you again usually about 40 to 50 minutes to be able to complete. So overall, less than 90 minutes that you would need to do. There's another assignment though that you do need to do, and it's very, very quick because you're already almost finished with it. Now, this assignment is one that we actually started prior to dismissing. So you should be able to easily find this in your Google Drive. If you look at the overview, it's down here called this Finish the Assignment, and it says New on it. I had 9 of you guys already submit this. However, that assignment was in Q3, and I'm not allowed to access it anymore. So if you're one of those people, just go ahead and resubmit it here. But if not, you should already be done with this assignment. And this assignment should be done all the way through, for the most part, through this one right here. And all you should have to do is a Korean War political analysis. First period and third period were at different points. So if you did not finish this primary source activity, just go ahead and put on here absent or something like that, or did not finish because I'm not 100% sure where we're all at. And then you're just going to go ahead and do this. We're going to analyze Cartoon 1, Cartoon 2, and Cartoon 3, so relatively easy. So again, as a quick overview, here's what you're going to be doing for today. So assignments, all of these are going to be due this Sunday, so you have the entire week. You're going to go ahead and do your weekly check-in with me. That's the one where you tell me how you are doing. You're going to go ahead and finish this assignment, which again should take less than about 10 minutes. You're just finishing the political cartoon analysis. Make sure you're doing it on the new one. The Great Society assignment, where you're going to go ahead and read several paragraphs about the Great Society and answer some questions. And the Civil Rights Movement, where you're going to be assigned one civil rights movement and create some sort of something to show me what you know. Don't forget that these assignments were already past due. Those were due last week. I've sent you all a message if you did not turn that in. And hopefully this kind of makes a little bit more sense. If you have any questions, you can always just go ahead and let me know, and I will answer your questions as soon as I can. I'll see you all hopefully on this Friday at 11:30. Again, I'll send you out a Zoom message so we can all just say hi, see how we're doing, and go from there. Thanks.